Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? So Mike Tyson in the past, he's endorsed fighters like Manny Pacquiao and Tyson Fury. Well, now he anoints David Benavidez. He gives David his full endorsement, and David hops out of the ring after the biggest win of his career, knocking out Demetrius Andrade, to thank Mike Tyson for giving him the name the Mexican Monster and anointing him.
Benavidez, and they embrace, and that is only going to further the star power of David Benavidez. When Mike Tyson signs off on you and says, "You're one of my favorite fighters," and people love Mike Tyson and appreciate him for what he did in his career, and now it's almost like Mike is passing the torch to David Benavidez as to say, "I anoint you." Here's Jimmy Lennon to make it all official.
You know, David, he's been dreaming of this moment his whole career, and finally he has been catapulted into superstar status. A couple years ago, it was very easy for Canelo Alvarez to avoid David Benavidez. He said things like, "David Benavidez, who has he fought?" Now he can't say that because David Benavidez, he just beat Caleb Plant and knocked out Demetrius Andrade back to back. For him to knock out an undefeated fighter that was chasing Canelo for 10 years, it completely speaks volumes. This kid was basically at school bullying Canelo Alvarez for years and years and years. And then David Benavidez came along and he took care of the bully. Now, I want to make this very clear. When it comes to the fans that are celebrating Demetrius Andrade losing and trying to make it sound as if this is a win for Canelo Alvarez, Canelo gets zero credit for David Benavidez doing something that Canelo Alvarez was supposed to do years and years ago. I gotta say it again, you don't get bullied by someone and then try to take the credit when someone else takes care of the bully. All this does is highlights the lack of confidence that Canelo Alvarez had to beat a Demetrius Andrade. He says that Andrade is a horrible fighter, but when he found out that Andrade was fighting against David Benavidez and he was asked who's gonna win that fight, he said he didn't know. Canelo Alvarez said he didn't know. It's a 50-50 fight. Speaking of that, I see Mexican fans in my comment section saying, man, for anybody who thought this was a 50-50 fight was a complete idiot. They were casual fans. So he's obviously talking about Canelo Alvarez and many of the other boxing experts that thought this was a very competitive fight going in. You have to go on the internet. You have to document it. You got to put your prediction out there on the internet before the fight. You can't just say after the fight how you knew exactly how the fight was going to play out, and anyone who thought the fight was going to be competitive or a 50-50 fight knows nothing about boxing. I responded to one of those guys in my comment section. He said anyone who thought that Andrade had a chance in this fight was a casual fan. So I asked him, I said, so you have a prediction on the internet right now where you told people that Andrade has no chance of winning this fight at all? He never responded to me because going into the fight, he had no idea of who was going to win this fight. He just knew who he was rooting for and who he was rooting against. With that being said, David Benavidez is truly the man at 168, though. I don't see anybody beating him at 168. Right now, he's in somewhat of a Nonito Donaire, Chocolatito Gonzalez position. What that means is he's the strongest guy in the division. He's the one with all the power and all the size. So the guys that he's facing right now, he doesn't really have to deal with too much incoming because no one in this division can match his size and power except for Canelo Alvarez. I don't think it's going to be until he moves up to 175. He's going to deal with more adversity as the fighters get bigger. Fighters like Bivol, fighters like Benavidez, two fighters that surprisingly David Benavidez already has on this hit list, which is crazy to think of. David Benavidez fighting a Bivol or a Benavidez. But unlike Canelo Alvarez, David truly wants all of the smoke. He is truly daring to be great because unlike Canelo, who was forced to fight Bivol, David is not forced to fight Bivol or Benavidez. He's telling the fans that these are the guys that he wants to fight. So the torch is not being passed down from Mike Tyson to Benavidez. The torch is being passed down from Canelo Alvarez to Benavidez because David Benavidez is about to replace Canelo Alvarez as the biggest Mexican superstar in the sport of boxing, if he hasn't already done so. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.